Hey everyone, this is Larry. Welcome back to Today I Feel Like. I am back in the building and I wanted to talk about the Samsung Unpacked. I wanted to unpack the Unpacked event. So yes, we had the Samsung Unpacked event today. It was interesting. So I'll say that. It was interesting. There were some real disappointments on my side, I thought, anyhow. When I look at these unpacks, for the most part, the only things I truly care about are the phones. Now, sometimes they do have some cool tablets, sometimes they have a cool watch or some earbuds or something, but I haven't seen anything that has like really had me excited or just really got me going, except for the phones. And this year, I have to say the phones were a bit of a disappointment. They were sort of just like everybody keeps saying, oh, it's such an iterative update. That's the word everyone's using. It's all iterative. And I'm just like, yeah, it is sort of disappointing. So I thought I would just go over some of what we saw today for the new phones, some of the pricing. And there is a big surprise with the pricing on, for the pre-orders, which I thought was really fantastic. It's sort of a throwback to what they've done before in previous years versus last year. But yeah, let's talk about it. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them along the way there. So first off, big shout out to Gregorio in the house. Big ups to you. Shout out to Nice to Nasty in the building. And yeah, let's get this thing going. So let me first go ahead and see if I can pull up over here the let me see if I can pull up and show you guys the new phones here. So this is the Galaxy Z Fold 5. This is the brand new one that they just announced today. And this is one thing that I really like about the Z Fold 5 as far as the sales of it. They went back to the old school ways of you can get up to $1,000 trade-in credit on this phone. And they're giving you a free storage upgrade if you pre-order. So that's really nice. So normally this phone is $1799 for the 256 model, and then you're going to get a 512 model for the same price if you pre-order. So that is really nice. Now, if you have different colors you can choose from. Most of the colors are available. You can see this one here, the blue one, which is their new one, the icy blue. That one's not going to be available until September 6th because it is, I guess, sold out. Because when I checked it earlier, it was available on launch day, which launch day is August 11th. So, but if we come in here, this is the thing that I really liked about this particular trade-in offer. If you come in, you can see where it says you have a trade. Yes, I'll hit, mobile phone's in good condition if it is. And if you look at here, I put in Samsung. Check out these trade prices. Now they're showing these were the normal trade prices, and then what these are as far as the enhanced promotional trade prices. But look at this, the Z, where is that? The Z Flip 4 right here is showing the trade-in value of $800. $800. That's insane. If you go and try and sell this phone on like Gazelle or one of the other sites, these things are selling for like $350 or something like that, or a little bit less. They're not selling for very much at all. And Samsung, even when I checked before, when I checked this before, when I bought my, I have an S23 Ultra. When I bought my S23 Ultra, I was going to buy it from Samsung, except the trade-in offer for the Z Flip 4 was so low. They were only offering, I think they were only offering like $350, maybe $400 for the phone. I was like, that's just way too low for that phone. So I just said, nope, I'm not going to do it. I actually ended up buying this phone from Google, and through the Google Fi service, where I had to get the Google Fi service and keep the service for like 4 months in order to get the discount. But I was actually able to save more money by going through that program and not trading in my phone and keep my phone. So now I still have the phone, and I'm going to trade this in because now I get a crazy trade-in. But if you have one of these or you have another Samsung phone, they still have other great offers that are even better. And let me show you here. So let me jump back in here and let me go in here. So now you can see there, the Z Flip 4, you can see there's $800 on there. If you have one of the other phones, one of the flagships like the S23 Ultra, the Z Fold 4, even the S22 Ultra, that's a 2-year-old phone now. Even if you have that, that's $1,000. So, but if you start coming down here, this just really gets me. That Z Flip 4 for $800. The Z Fold 3, that's another phone that's like 2 years old, and that one's $800 as well. The Z Fold 2, which is like 3 years old, that one's gonna get you $600. So, but if you come down here, look at the prices on some of these trades. They're just offering really, really good trade values for these phones. And even when you start to get down to the bottom of the barrel here, they're still offering good prices. You can see like other Samsung phone, just $200. You just have another Samsung phone, they just offer you $200 for it. So like if you have an A54 5G, which just came out, it's $200. But here's the crazy thing, like with that A54 5G, right? If you go to Metro by T-Mobile, they have a special where if you pay for 1 month of service, which is like $40, they'll sell you that phone, I believe, for $49. So I believe for $49, actually I think that $49 actually includes the phone. So you actually get the phone and 1 month of service for $49, and then you have no other obligations. If you don't like the service after a month, or you just don't want to keep it, you just want the phone, you can just disconnect the service. So you could technically order that phone, get it to yourself in the next couple of days, and then just trade that in and get $200 towards one of these other Samsung phones. You could do that. So, but let's see here. We have a couple more people that have come through. We have, let's see, Lynn Hodges came through. Shout out to ya. I see you in the building. Nice and Nasty said, I just ordered an S23 Ultra. S23 Ultra Samsung is coming Friday in lavender. I like it. That's mine. Mine is in lavender too. So yeah, I love the lavender there. Let's see. All right, Kaiju Technical in the building, and she has the Pixel Fold. I don't know if she's going to be getting one of these Samsung Folds. So if you are, drop in the comment section. I'm curious to know if you're going to grab one of them. Now, here's something that I think is here's the problem that I think is disappointing. When you look at the pricing, the trade-in values are really good. The trade-in values are definitely good. But here's the problem. They're just really expensive phones. I mean, even when you add all that in there, let's say that you have the Z Fold 4 and you want to trade that in. That's going to be $1,000 off, and we'll go ahead, we'll leave all that other stuff empty. You're still talking about $800 for the phone. That's still $800 for that phone. Now, if you pre-reserved it, that should drop another $50 off of it, which should drop it down to about $750. But that's still a really, really expensive phone. Now, you are saving more than you're paying. You can see right here, you'll save $1,120, but you're still coming out of pocket $800. And this is the problem. This is the problem with that phone. And let me just show you right quick what's going on with the phone. It's really not much of a difference. I have the Z Fold 4. This has been my daily driver for the last, it was my daily driver for months, and then I switched over to the S23 Ultra. This was my daily driver for several months, and I just recently switched back a couple weeks ago to the Z Fold 4 because I really enjoy having the big screen, and I wanted to kind of get the folding experience. And I was like, I watched the Pixel Fold videos, and I was like, it makes me miss my folding phone, my Z Fold 4, and so I went back to it. But I will tell you, when I looked at the specs, there's just not enough that makes me want to go ahead and upgrade. If you have a Z Fold 4, there's just not enough to really make me want to upgrade. And let me show you why. It's really kind of sad the way that they did this. But let me go ahead and show you right quick here. So let me scroll down. Let me get over here and let's check out. So here we can compare the Z Fold 4. That's the Z Flip 5, or excuse me, the Z Fold 5, the Z Flip 5, and let's go ahead and we'll change this from the S23 Ultra to the Z Fold 4. So we have now the Z Fold 4 amongst these, against these other two right here. Now let's scroll down and look at this. The Z Fold 5 and the Z Fold 4 both have the exact same battery as last year. Almost everything is the same. Excuse me. If we look through, almost everything is the same. Same storage options, wireless shares there. Now this is one big difference this is one thing that might make a big difference. We have the new Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 mobile platforms for Samsung, and this did give the S23 Ultra really great battery life, and it's likely going to give both the Z Flip and the Z Fold much better battery life with the same battery. However, you still have that silly 4,400 milliamp hour battery, which this means this phone is still going to have less, it's still going to give you less battery life than the S23 Ultra, which is kind of a shame. But this is really what did it for me. This is what broke the camel's back for me and said I'm not upgrading. Because when I look at phones, the main things that I'm looking at are the price and the camera. And I should really say that in reverse. I'm looking at the camera and then the price. And the cameras on here are the exact same as last year. We have the Z Flip 5 on here, or excuse me, the Z Fold 5. We have a 50 megapixel wide angle. This is a Z Fold 4, 50 megapixel wide angle. 12 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide. 10 megapixel 3x optical, 10 megapixel tele 3x optical. 30x space zoom, 30x space zoom. Exactly the same camera setup. Front camera, 10 megapixel cover screen. On the front here, 10 megapixel cover screen. Under display main screen, 4 megapixel. Under the display screen, 4 megapixels. Same thing. If you look at the apertures here, same thing. 50 megapixel, 1.8, 1.8. 12 megapixel, f2.2, 2.2. 10 megapixel, 2.4, 2.4. Everything is the same on there. Everything is it's the exact same camera setup that they have on there. And we'll take a look at the cameras on the Z Flip in just a moment, but everything is pretty much the same. You have the same fingerprint, ultrasonic fingerprint sensors, all that good stuff. The only thing is that if you look on here, they will tell you that the Z Fold 5 does have a brighter screen there that's going to give you 1750 nits for outdoor peak screen, so you can see your screen better outdoors, and that is going to be really nice. They don't really tell you what it is on here, so I'd have to look that up elsewhere, but basically the cover screen is going to be the exact same size, 2.2 inches. It's still going to have that 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate. It's just, yeah, it's going to be, everything is pretty much exactly the same. The only real difference on the Z Fold 5 and the Z Fold 4 that I can tell is the brighter screen, so that you're going to have that 1570 nits, or excuse me, 1750 nits on both the outside and the inside screens. The new Snapdragon processor, which should give you a bit better battery life because it is more efficient. And that's really kind of it. That's really kind of it. They don't give you much else new. And as a consequence, it's just kind of like, if you have a Z Fold 4, what's the point of upgrading? I mean, I don't really see the point of upgrading unless you just want that phone. If you're a tech reviewer like I am, and you want the phone so that you can review it, then I would say, okay, get the phone to review it, I guess. I'm not going to get the phone to review it. I was going to get the phone, and I said, I'm not paying $800 for basically the exact same thing. I mean, it is so, yes, if you look here, you might be able to see on there, there's a little gap right there that, you might be able to see in there a little bit, and that's one of those things that they fixed on there, so that they have a new hinge, and the new hinge closes so that the phone closes flat instead of that little gap. That's there. Other than that, it doesn't really seem like there's much of a difference. Now, let's go ahead and take this. Let me go ahead and switch this up here, and let's take a look at the difference between the difference at the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and the Flip 4. And we'll grab that. We'll change that out, and we'll see here. We're gonna have a lot of the same again. We're gonna have the same battery capacity, 3700 versus 3700. We're going to have the same capacities, except for now it starts at the Z Flip 5 starts at 256 and 512. They just got rid of the 128, which they had on the Z Flip 4. They're going to have the new processor, which is going to help have have better battery life. Same amount of RAM as in the past. S Pen's not compatible, just like before. Still the same 5G, same ultra-wide cameras. And the cameras, if you look at the camera specs, they're going to be the exact same again, just like the exact same with the Z Fold 5. You're going to have the 12 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 10x digital zoom, 10 megapixel front camera. Same thing. You're going to have the same 1.8 aperture on the wide, same f2.2 aperture on the ultra wide. And the front camera is a little bit brighter. You do have the f2.2 on the front camera versus f2.4 on the Z Flip 4. So, but so much of everything else is going to be just the same. You can see here it says ultrasonic fingerprint scanners, capacitive, and this says yes. It does. This one does have a brighter screen, so you're going to have on this, it looks like on the it's unclear, I think this might be the outside screen right here. This is going to be a 1750 nit screen, and then you're going to have a 1600 nit screen on, I believe, on the inside. So you are going to get a brighter screen on the Z Flip 5. But that's about it. But let me show you. This is the great thing about the Z Flip 5 that I think is fantastic. This is what is fantastic about the Z Flip 5. This phone right now, if you look at the pricing, it's about $1,000. It's $999. So let's go ahead. We're gonna have it unlocked because I'm not messing with the carriers. You're gonna get the free storage upgrade. So you're gonna go from 256 to 512 for free. So that's great. You can pick one of your colors. You can see there that the colors are, some of these colors are going fast. I wanted the yellow one, but I didn't pre-order in time, so it was pushed back all the way to September 8th by the time I got to it, so I ended up getting the green one here. But if you go trade in, yes. And we're going to go mobile phone, yes, good condition, yeah. We're going to go with Samsung, and we're going to choose the Z Flip 4 here. Look at that. I think I went there too fast. Look at that. The trade-in values on some of these other phones are just crazy, crazy high. Now the S23 Ultra, it looks like they dropped the value on that a little bit. Like if you're getting the Z Flip, they're offering you actually $100 less of trade-in value, whereas on the Z Fold 5, it's $1,000. On the Z Flip 5, it's only $900. However, the Z Flip 4, they're offering $100 more. So they're offering $900 of trade-in value for the Z Flip 4, and only it was only $800 for the Z Fold 5. So if you're trading a Z Flip 4 for a Z Flip 5, they're giving you $900 of value. If you're trading in the Z Flip 4 for the Z Fold 5, you're only getting $800 of value. But let me go ahead and click that. We'll go ahead. We'll just leave that like that is. We'll click all that stuff. And hold on a sec. Let me get, yes, I agree. And let's see. Look at that. One-time payment of $99.99 with that trade-in value. Now, here's the crazy thing. Here is the crazy thing, right? This is the crazy thing. If you pre-registered to get this phone, if you pre-reserved it, I guess they call it. If you pre-reserved the phone, you'll actually get another $50 off of that. So instead of, if you have a Z Flip 4 and you're going to the Z Flip 5 and you pre-reserved it, not only will you get this phone well, you get the $900 of credit on there, so that brings it down to $99. But then you also get a $50 discount for pre-reserving it, which means you'll get the phone for $49. $49. And that's what I did. I ordered the phone for 49 bucks. I ordered the phone for $49. It is nuts. I did get a case with it. I had a coupon, I think it was, or something. Anyways, I was able to get a case on there, and after the $49, the case was like $35, and then taxes and whatnot, I ended up spending, I think it was $95 total. So for less than $100, I went ahead and got the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. So that is just absolutely bonkers. And I have to say, if you're looking to get a phone, if you're looking to get a new phone, I would definitely say check out the Z Flip 5. They have some really, really good trade-in deals right now. If you want the Z Fold, I would say if you don't have one already and you want one, I would say they do have some. I mean, the deals are decent. If you have the S23 Ultra or the S22 Ultra or something, and you want to trade it in and try the Z Fold 5, I would say go for it. See what you think about it. I do like it. It's a fantastic phone. The Z Folds are. I mean, I have the Z Fold 4. It's just there's not enough of an upgrade to get the from the 4 to the 5 to make me want to upgrade. Now, if I had the 3, I might do it. Now, I had thought about getting the Pixel Fold. I didn't get the Pixel Fold because I thought it was way too expensive. A lot of the things that people were telling me, that there was problems with the battery life, that it was just the battery life was really bad, the charging speeds were slow. Those are all things that I experienced with the Pixel 7 Pro. So I bought this on launch day. I liked the phone for the most part, but I found that the battery life was not all that great. And what's even worse, it takes a long time to charge up. If you don't have great battery life, but you can charge your phone back up quickly, it just makes that whole experience a little less painful. But when it takes you a long time to charge it and it drains quickly, it's kind of the worst of both situations. Also, the main reason why I stopped using this phone as like my daily driver, and one of the main reasons why I didn't get the Pixel Fold, is that there is no manual mode with the cameras. You cannot manually set like your white balance and your shutter speed and stuff like that. You can't do that on here. You can like sort of like have a little slider that drags up and down to try and adjust it somewhat, but you can't manually set it. And I shoot in my studio here all the time, and so I need to have the ability to set my stuff manually. Now I can do that on my Galaxy phones because there's a pro app that's a pro camera app that's built right into the software. I can do that on my obviously on my S23 Ultra. I can do it on the Z Flip, and I can even do it on my iPhone if I use a third-party app. But if I get a third-party app on the Pixel and try and do it, what happens is that the Pixel actually locks up. The image just freezes and it's no good. So, yeah. But I did think about getting the Pixel Fold. But let me tell you why I didn't get the Pixel Fold. Actually, let me just show you here. It's kind of crazy, but this is the reason why I didn't get the Pixel Fold. So here it is. You can see it is a very expensive phone. It's $17.99, so it's basically the same price as the Z Fold 5, and the Z Fold 4 was the same price. You never really paid that $17.99 with the Pixel. I mean, with the Z Folds, because they always gave you a storage upgrade for free. So if you come and you go here to maybe we have to click the buy button. We'll click that, and you'll see here that if you want, first of all, if you want the porcelain version, you can only get the 256 version, it looks like. But if you go to Obsidian, the black one, then you can get the 512. But now that jumps up from $17.99 to $19.19. So you're talking about another $120 to get the 512 capacity. Now we'll go ahead and we'll go unlocked. We'll go ahead and say we want to trade my phone, and we'll get an estimate. And if I click on the manufacturer, Let's just go with Google. You know, Samsung always offers really great loyalty discounts, you know, or trade-in values. Let's go with Google. I'm going to click the Pixel 7 Pro, their flagship phone, and I have the 512 model. Let's see what kind of trash offer they're going to give me. $420. $420. That's insane. They're going to give me $420 towards an $1,800 or actually a $1,900 phone. That is just ridiculous. Why? I mean, you trade in their own flagship phone, and they're only going to offer you $420 towards what is essentially going to be a $2,000 phone after taxes. That is nuts. But let me just go ahead and show you this. The trade values just get worse. So let's just say you go from Google to Samsung, right? Let's say that you're going to go and let's say this Z Fold 4. Now, this was a phone that Samsung was offering a $1,000 trade-in value for. And I have the 512 model. It's in good condition. Look at that. They're only going to offer me $375. That's an insult. That is literally an insult. That is just absolutely crazy. Now, if you go and you check out, let's see, I don't even know if they have the, let's see if they have the S23 Ultra. They don't even offer a trade-in for the S23 Ultra. Now, if you go to the S22 Ultra and click that, and let's see, let's hit storage. I have the 512, and yes, it works. $240. See, now this is what's wrong with this. This is what's wrong. I actually traded in an S22 Ultra. I traded in my S22 Ultra to Google. I had a S22 Ultra. I traded in to Google to get the Pixel 7 Pro. You know what the trade-in value was they offered me on that phone? $990 something, whatever it was basically made this phone free. The only thing I paid for with this phone was the upgrade to get from the 256 to the 512 because my trade-in covered the entire cost of this phone. Now, if they had done something similar where they said, hey, we're going to offer $900 for trade value for your Samsung phone, or we're going to offer you $700 or $800 trade-in value for your Pixel phone, I think I probably would have gone for the Pixel Fold and tried it out. But the trade values were so incredibly crappy, I just said, nah, I'm not with that. That is just ridiculous. But let's just take a look here. And we all know how much iPhones are worth. We know iPhones carry their value and they hold on. So let's check out the 14 Pro Max. We'll check out the storage. I have 512 for all my phones. We'll click yes and look at that. $580. No. No, 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 no. I can go take my iPhone, my iPhone 14 Pro Max, that's 512. I can go take that and sell it right now on pretty much wherever I wanted to for at least like $800. I mean, it's crazy to think that they're giving such low trade-in values. And we see that Samsung is offering much, much greater value for your trade-in. So it's just one of those things where it says to me, like, Google doesn't value their own products for one, because when you look at like the Pixel 7 Pro and they only offer like $420, and then you take a phone like the Z Flip 4, they offered $900 of trade-in value for this phone. The new phone's only $999, and they're offering you almost the entire value of this phone to trade in. Now, if the thing is that once Samsung gets people into their phones and they get them used to using their phones, they get them used to the features, they get them used to the software and everything, people have a tendency to stay with Samsung. And I think that if Google had taken that sort of tact and they said, hey, we just want to get people in. We want to get these phones in people's hands, and we're going to give crazy discounts to make it happen. I think you would have found a lot of people out there saying, hey, I got the new Pixel Fold and I love it and I'm using it and blah, blah, blah. I think what happened is they didn't, and you have a lot of people out there that had to pay full fare for it. And when you pay full price for a phone, you are pretty critical of it. You're like, I'm not giving this phone any slack. This phone, I'm treating this phone like anything else. I'm going to talk about it like anything else. And I think as a consequence, because a lot of the people whose reviews I watched paid for the phone outright, I think we saw some of the more honest reviews of that phone than we have in a long time of other phones. A lot of these reviewers, as I know, get free stuff. And sometimes you may have a tendency to be a little bit softer in your words or your expression when you get your stuff for free. You may still tell the entire truth, but you may be a little bit gentler with the way you say it. I have found that with the Pixel Fold, people were a little bit more honest in the way they were saying how they liked the phone or how they didn't like the phone. So anyways, trade-in values are just bonkers. So, but for me, I will say I actually went ahead and I went and ordered the Z Flip 5. And the reason why is because when you look at this price right here, that is just absolutely bonkers. And you look at, you can pay a total of $99. Now, and again, if you pre-reserved that, if you pre-reserved it, you're looking at, another $50 off that price. So, I mean, that's just, that is just kind of crazy to think that you can get a brand new Z Flip 4 for less than $100. Now, that's assuming that you have a phone that you can trade in. So if you do, you might want to give it a try. Now, I will say the Z Flip, the new Z Flip 4 or Z Flip 5, basically the whole screen here is going to be, this whole front cover is going to be a screen, which I think is very nice. Whereas right now it's just this sort of little sliver, which was much better than the original, Z Flip, which I also had. And this is about the same, I think, as the Z Flip 3, but it had a little bit more functionality. But the Z Flip 5, this whole front panel is going to be all screen, which is going to be fantastic. So, yeah. So, let's see. Kid Too Technical says, I don't know yet. I may pick up the Flip to turn it in. I may pick up a Flip to turn it in for the 5. I just have to see it first. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I only ordered the Z Flip because it's so cheap. That's it. Because it's so cheap. And I figured I'll order it, I'll review it. If I like it, I might keep it in my pocket. If I don't, then I'll go back to I'll either go back to my Z Fold 4 or I'll go back to my S23 Ultra. I'm kind of, I switched back and forth between these two, and I've been debating about whether or not to go back to my S23 Ultra, and I'm kind of leaning towards it a bit, but I don't know. I was really waiting. I was holding on to this thing, the Pixel 7 Pro, to see what they were going to offer me for a trade-in, and it just didn't work out. When they came out the Pixel Fold and I was holding on to the Pixel 7 Pro, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that phone. I may just sell it or give it away to somebody. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So, yeah. Anyways, y'all, that's it. I just wanted to get on there. There are some other products that came out from the Unpacked event. We can go in there. Let's see if we can check out some of the other stuff that's on here. So you have new tablets on here. You have new watches. They did come out with these new watches that are kind of cool. I just got a new watch 5, and so I don't really need a new watch. This thing's less than a year old. It's only a few months old. So, but here's the Watch Classic 6. It's $399. If you order it with the oops, hold on a second. You guys can't even see that. Let me see. Let me get that in there. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Back to live mode. Oh, preview mode, live mode. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Let's try to see if I can put. Oh, there we go. Wait, nope, that's not it. Oh well, I was trying to get the picture-in-picture thing going, but let's see. Oh, nope, that's not it. The web browser. Anyway, anyhow, there you have it. You can see that they do have some cool looking watches there, and the prices aren't that bad. And if you actually order one of these watches with a phone, it does come out a bit less expensive, so you can get some discounts on there. But I have found, this is the thing for me, I have found that I don't really need to upgrade my watch every year. Like, I usually upgrade my phone every year, but the updates that are on the watches, to me, haven't been significant enough to make me want to upgrade every year. In fact, lately, the upgrades on phones haven't even made me want to upgrade every year. And so I almost didn't upgrade on the iPhone this last year. I told myself I wasn't. I almost didn't do it. I eventually did upgrade and get the 14 Pro Max. I do plan to update to the 15 Pro Max or whatever they offer, in part because I know they're going to have USB-C on the phone, and I want to have the USB-C. I'm tired of having a Lightning cable. Not that I use it all that often, because most of the time I just wirelessly charge, but I do use the Lightning port at times because I transfer data sometimes back and forth, and it's faster transferring data over a hard line versus over like AirDrop or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see what they offer. I really, if they offered a iPhone Mini Pro, I would buy that in a heartbeat. If they had the Mini Pro, I would buy that, because I generally don't like carrying two large phones in my pocket at the same time. I usually like to have one small phone, one big phone, and because I carry two phones at all times. And so I would really like to have an iPhone Mini, but I don't want to give up the camera system in order to get it. So if they offer like a Mini Pro with the camera system, with the upgraded camera system, that would be dope. I would definitely get that. So, but I have to say I was kind of disappointed. With the Samsung Unpacked today. So we'll see what we'll see what else they have to offer. So shout out to Big Tim Windsor in the building. I see you. Says sup, brother Larry. Nice and nasty and everybody. So shout out to you, Big Tim. I see you in the house. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm out. I just want to say shout out, let you guys know, show you some of the pricing if you're interested in getting one of the phones and you want to see what some of these deals are. It might be worth it. The prices, the trade-in values with some of these phones, it might be worth it to go buy like a used, Z Flip or a used S22 Ultra or use some other phone that you can then trade in, because you may spend a couple $100 on a used phone and then you can go and get $800-900 of trade-in value on it. So you may end up making, getting about $300, $400, $500 worth of value in there if you work it right. So yeah, so Big tip, Big Larry's an important dude, carry two cell phones. I carry one iPhone. I carry my one iOS phone, which is my personal phone, and I carry an Android phone, which is my business line, and the line that I have all my YouTube stuff on there. So yeah, I usually carry my two phones with me. So anyhow, there you go. All right, y'all, it's been fun. Thanks for coming through and showing up and checking me out. And I will check you guys later. I'll have some new stuff coming, some new videos and stuff coming out soon. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have a haul this week. Today's Wednesday. I don't think I have any packages here yet, so I'm not sure if I'll have a haul this week. But I am thinking about doing a giveaway. I need to order some shipping and packaging materials so I can get stuff together and then try and do some giveaways. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a wine and winners or if I'm just going to do a giveaway show, but I think I'm going to do something. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, y'all, it's been real. Thanks so much for coming through. And until next time, I'm Larry with Today I Feel Like. Love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.